If you think normal romance is boring, why don't you try some anime where the two first want to kill each other, then want to kiss each other? Today, we're going to see 10 romance anime where enemies become lovers. Let's go. Number 10, Yusibu.
ラウレ、こういう時はどんな風に返せばいいんだ？
ありがとうございますさ。
ありがとうございます。
Normally the hero kills the demon lord at the end of the story, right? Yusibu, our protagonist, kills the demon lord at the very beginning of the anime, then decides to work in an electronics shop. Soon a demon girl dressed as a boy comes to work in the same shop and surprise, surprise, it's our demon lord's daughter. As the story moves on and more girls join in, our main character now needs to figure out how to live with the girl whose father he just killed. Yusibu is based on a light novel. How did I say that? Well, the longer version of the title is Yusibu, I couldn't become a hero, so I reluctantly decided to get a job. This belongs a bit to the romance comedy category, so don't go expecting a very serious romance anime, but you can be sure to see how the enemies become lovers real soon when the secrets start to pop out. Number 9, Love After World Domination.
君の出身は博多だ。
なんで知ったと？
SNS も全部チェックさせてもらっている。
This is a currently airing anime, so if you feel like this is your type of anime, you can start watching it right now. Here, our boy wants to achieve world peace, and the girl wants to control the world. Yeah, so it's more like a bad boy, good girl type of anime. But the truth is, these two are secret lovebirds. That's right, even though they kill each other in public, they secretly have an affair in private. Even though it belongs to the enemies turning lovers category, it belongs more to the enemies becoming lovers and deciding to date while pretending to be enemies category. This is like a mix and mash of Legend of Galactic Heroes and Kaguya-sama. It also has some nice slice of life elements mixed in, so if you want some love during an intergalactic battle, then this is the show for you. Number 8, Kuroshii.
私をどう利用したいのか分かりかねます。いただくものに見合っているとは思えません。
やだな、誤解してない。
Kuroshii is what happens when you pull two characters from Assassin's Creed and then tell them to date each other. You guessed it right. This is the love story between two assassins. Here, our female assassin named Chateo finds an assassin even stronger than her named Song Raiha. Raiha soon decides to show his affection to her by giving her targets to kill. I know this isn't the most wholesome romance, but once you start watching it, you'll realize how cool the premise is. And Kuroshii brings some old tropes and puts a fresh spin on them and gives us a love story that is brimming with love struggles and assassination missions. This is for the Josei demographic, so know what you're heading into, but I'm sure you'll love it. Come on, it's not every day we see boyfriends who tell their girlfriend to kill people. Number 7, Huayou Xiao Hongyang.
这一定是上天安排的缘分。嫁给我。
可是，你的手在干嘛？
Who said Japan was the only country who can produce cute romance anime? Let's turn heads towards China and see what they can put out. Fox Spirit Matchmaker is a Chinese anime that shows China can produce its own unique kawaii animation. Here we have Bai Yuechu, who meets the fox girl Qiuchan Xiuzu. Now, unknown to them, they have the previous mysteries of their life affecting them, and while helping the princes of their nation against their own threats, the two slowly form an emotional bond over each other. If you love a bit of fantasy in your romance, then you're definitely going to love this one. It knows how to throw some fox girls into your fantasy and build a well-written romance. Number 6, Big Order.
だからあなたは私の仇。あなたにそれを伝えたかった。殺す前に。
Big Order isn't big in terms of plot, and it has its own bizarre plot points that will make you question Japan's sanity. But the premise has the enemies turning lovers trope, so it definitely belongs to this list. This show feels like an amalgamation of every apocalyptic show that's ever created. And they even went on and added a lot of fan service to make the show less complex. If you want to know the premise, then it's about this guy who made a wish and then follows the repercussions of that wish. Along the way, we meet this yandere girl who first acts like a psycho, but then softens towards the main character once she learns who he is. So, if you want a story that's big on action and romance, then this is the show for you. Number 5, Pilot's Love Song. Do you want some action with your romance? Do you want to see pilots who fight in World War II biplanes and still survive to win the girl? Then why don't you start binge watching Pilot's Love Song right now? This anime is about a guy called Kal-El Albus, who is sent to an island to uncover a hidden mystery. There he joins the Academy's aerial division because this guy badly wants to drive some planes. The anime has got some cliches like the damsel in distress and the overpowered pilot who is really good with planes, but come on, we need an anime where enemies turn lovers. So we need a guy who has a little bit of confidence so he can speak back to the anime tsundere who is about to turn into his lover. The show also has some great action, so if you're a romance action fan, then you'll love this show. Number 4, Taboo Tattoo.
わお、日本名物芸者藤山壁ドン。
うるさい。俺のクラスに転校って何考えてんだ一体。
近くにいた方が今後何かと便利でしょ。
Who thought getting a tattoo could be this bad? When this guy gets a tattoo, he gets dragged into a war between nations and even makes a hot girl become the transfer student of his school. But turns out this girl's a badass, so she'd rather turn him upside down rather than falling in love with him. But you know how these types of stories go. The two first try to kill each other and then slowly warm up until they become lovers. Taboo Tattoo is about a boy named Siggy who receives a mysterious tattoo after defeating some thugs. This gets him pulled into a war between a special US Army unit and the Kingdom of Selenistan. They all search for the Power Crests, which are weaponized artifacts which can change the tide of the war and even change the fate of the whole world. Soon Siggy begins to learn the potential of his own power and continues to improve it in order to face the challenges. This has some great hand-to-hand combat scenes as well, so you won't be bored watching this one. Number 3, Devil's Line.
泣くなよ。
泣くわよ。秋村とは本当にずっと仲良かったんだから。少なくとも私はそう思って。
It's pretty easy to think why vampires will become enemies and then become your lover, right? At first they're like, oh, that girl's really pretty, I should drink her blood. Then they're like, oh, I'm dating this girl, I should protect her with my life. Devil's Line is a Tokyo Ghoul with vampires, and no, the main girl isn't like Toka. Here we follow a 22-year-old university student named Tsukasa Tira who learns the existence of vampires when her friend turns out to be a vampire. While trying to discover more about it, she finds Yuki Nazai and soon finds herself getting attracted to the boy. These two soon develop a romance, and our vampire boy should rethink about drinking Tsukasa's blood. If you love some Twilight drama with some overpowered vampires and innocent girls, then this is the show for you. Number 2, Psychic Princess.
是谁？
我是谁？哦，彼得小偷了。
我问你是谁？
问我是谁？
谁派你来？
谁派你问谁？
我就得问你。
Time to meet those Chinese princes and princesses who first want to kill each other and then cannot have normal conversation without blushing until their faces explode. It starts off when a princess is married to a prince, but the problem is their families have bad blood, and the prince treats the princess coldly and even banishes her from the palace grounds. Yeah, so these two don't have the best honeymoon you could think of. This anime has that Eastern romance feel more than anything. It is more of a slow drama mixed romance rather than a romance mixed with action and history. Once again, it has some incredible visuals for a romance anime, and the way the couple gets together is also very interesting. If you need a Chinese prince and princess love story, then this is the show for you. Number 1, Boarding School Juliet.
付き合ってあげるから。世界が変わるところを見せてちょうだい。
もう一回言って。
Yes, you guessed it right, you genius. This anime is about Romeo and Juliet. Nope, you don't get a tragic drama written by Shakespeare, but you get the same styled high school anime where the two lovers start off as enemies, and here we have a boy and a girl named Romeo Inuzuka and Juliet Persia, who are leaders of their respective high school dorms. These two hate each other and always try to kill each other in public, but secretly they are in love. And our boy is the overprotective guy, and our girl is that tries to be an overpowered tsundere but badly needs a bodyguard kind of girl. And that's not the worst part. As soon as these two fall in love, they should keep their relationship a secret, or else it will be hell inside their dorms. This is one of the best high school romance anime I've watched, and it knows how to balance the action, comedy, and romance really well. Has Shakespeare approved this anime? I don't know. The guy's dead. Why don't you ask him once you meet him in the afterlife?